What is clearly a scam but is so normalized people don't notice? Ink cartridges. Printer companies make barely any profit off of actual printers, they're just vessels to make you buy unreasonably priced cartridges. Hey, please print this document in black and white. Fuck you, give magenta. Yeah, if I ever need something printed out, which is super rare, I just go to a print store or something. A lot of documents are also just PDFs now, so I'll just sign it on my tablet and email it back. They never seem to care. Internet data cap. Fucking scammers. We're living in our RV, and unlimited cellular internet is a fucking fraudulent lie. They all throttle your speed and deprioritize your data packets for using too much of your unlimited data. I hate these fuckers with the fire of 1,000 suns. The diamond industry, specifically as it relates to jewelry. Everything that the average person knows about it stems from propaganda and advertisements created by De Beers. They aren't rare, they aren't worth what you pay for them, they don't appreciate in value and are a terrible investment. They aren't special. My great-uncle worked for De Beers as a diamond courier, bringing them from SA to London. They artificially restricted the amount of diamonds they send out so as to inflate the price. Those Keymaster games that usually have something like a switch and a pair of beats and stuff. I work part-time at an arcade and you physically cannot win a prize until the machine has taken its retail equivalent in cash. Is there any hacks to win this stuff? The school picture industry. $80 for an awkward picture of my baby? Nah, thanks. I don't understand why that's still a thing. Of course, years ago, school pictures were really important. When I was a kid in the 80s, not all families owned a camera, and if they did, they probably didn't have the ability to take good photos. Printer ink. Buy a laser printer. Expensive upfront, $100, $700, but pennies in the long run, compared to inkjet. Most come with scan/copy/fax features which come in handy in the work from home era. Edit, fixed spelling, added more tips, thanks for the flair. I just paid for the privilege of setting up my router. My cable company recently started trying to charge me for my router, which I own. I got a notice saying we noticed an error in billing and we will be charging you for the equipment rental starting in December. The fuck you will. I have every receipt from every cable or phone transaction I've ever done for that exact reason. I paid outright for my router so I wouldn't be renting their shitty equipment at $12 per month. Now they want to charge me for my own property. After receiving that notice I hopped right onto customer service to get it resolved, and they directed me to their loyalty department because they could best handle it over there. I cut off the conversation and just canceled my service. Cable companies are pure scum. Bottled water, like Dasani. Especially in places like an amusement park that markups the price a shocking amount. Also, the average markup of bottled water is 4,000%, which is fucking outrageous. BC water is literally free most places. I'm fuzzy on the details, but Warped Tour got in a lot of legal trouble here in Canada because of water. They were in the habit of taking any water bottles or drinks from you when they checked your bag at the gate. Then you get inside and everything costs money. The energy drinks and pop cost less than the water, so most people would buy those instead. One woman bought energy drinks all day because it was a hot summer day, and she wanted to save money for merch. She had a heart attack and died. Now they aren't allowed to confiscate water at the gate. Every single person on the internet that sells some sort of millionaire education, it's all bullshit. Every single one of them. They are all fucking liars. Most of them are not even rich to begin with. They fake it enough that some idiots buy it. You're a customers to them. Nothing more. You want to be a millionaire? Buy my book and I'll tell you how. You buy the book and it says to start a website selling a book on how to be a millionaire. Ticketmaster. Yes, basically scammers adding huge marks up but making it impossible to use anyone else. Fuck Ticketmaster. Often, the point isn't the not noticing, but the having a lack of better alternatives. What's worse is when the companies try to do right and we force them back into scamming. Stores like JCPenney sell $10 shirts for $20 at a %50 discount. They also inflate the price of belts, wallets, and underwear but then lower the price of pants. It all evens out but the customer gets the satisfaction of getting a deal. Once they tried to get rid of that with a fair and square pricing strategy but it almost bankrupted the company and it never fully recovered. People don't want to buy cheap stuff. They want to buy expensive stuff at a discount so they feel like they're getting a bargain. Rent-to-own furniture and appliances. Worked in solar construction for a while where you would travel to the middle of nowhere to work on a site, so they gave us a housing fund to rent a place during the job. People would get the rent-to-own furniture and charge it to the housing money as a living expense. Company was cool with it and once it was paid off the worker got to keep it. There was an episode of Hotel Impossible where the owner rented the couch in her lobby on a weekly basis for years. She could have bought multiple couches with the money she spent on that one couch she doesn't even get to keep. Those registries that people pay money to name a star. I keep seeing advertisements on Facebook for companies that will give you official lord or ladyship for like $50, based on giving you the title to a small parcel of land somewhere like Scotland. I googled one of them once, and the first result was a breakdown of why the company is fraudulent and doesn't actually have access to any land anywhere. Manufacturers refusing documentation to private repair enterprises and requiring you to get your products fixed by the dealer. Basically, the reason for the right to repair movement. Yes, I used to work with John Deere and they were terrible about it. Farmers are looking for older equipment because they don't have those software lockouts. Listen up. Everything is a scam. Everything. But if you send me $19.99, I can show you how to turn the tables on the scammer and get his money. Limited time offer, send money now. Do you have PayPal? Cat food. Look at the cat food at a random store, and see how the design brags about all the healthy vegetables they've crammed into your obligate carnivore's diet. Then check out the ingredients and see how corn, rice, etc. are often the first ingredients. Pet foods market toward humans by trying to appeal to human sensibilities, not genuine desire to provide your cat with the best diet. I've been using Costco cat food for a while because it's cheap and convenient, but I recently figured I should look into getting a better food. Turns out the Costco food, with fish as the first two ingredients, is better than 90% of the other stuff I looked at. I was pretty surprised. Annual college tuition increases. Why aren't they held to a competitive pricing model as opposed to having to take out a mortgage to go to school? Everyone wants to talk about government paying for college education, but there is no conversation on why is it that expensive anyway. Especially when some unis have endowments and the billions that just the interest on those funds could literally pay the tuition for everyone that goes through the door. Not only does tuition go up every semester, but the full ride financial aid packages that are 90% loans by the last semester. Funerals and everything to do with them. The funeral industry has insane pricing. Some of the funeral homes and vendors are even predatory, getting grieving families to pay upwards of tens of thousands of dollars, because that's what the deceased would have wanted. You didn't love your father at all, did you? Was the question that had me slam my fist down on the table. My dad wanted a cardboard box cremation and no memorial. He got a cardboard box cremation and no memorial, with zero upselling from a different cremation service. The state AG got a complaint about the first cremation service. Mobile game ads that show gameplay of a Call of Duty or Skyrim style game but in reality are just a spin-off of Candy Crush. Don't forget those game ads that pretend to be puzzle games where you pull pins. Looking at you, Homescapes. If you tell me the truth, I won't get mad. Mom. As a parent, I try my best to temper my reaction if my kids tell me about something wrong they did rather than me finding out by myself.